Don't you want somebody to love? Ooh, your pops is tired. You hear me? I fell asleep. We were supposed to go live an hour ago, but I was exhausted. You heard me. I was exhausted. Hey, Ravi, how are you? Happy Monday to you. Welcome in. Hello, Amanda. How are you? Hello, Chona. Welcome in. Hey, Lorna. How you doing? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Hey, Troy. How you doing? Welcome in. Oh, Calvin. Stop being barky. No. No. What are you barking at? Hello, Chona Adventure Vlog. Welcome in. Good. Glad to hear, Troy. Yeah. I was gonna come on come on live a little bit earlier, but I just fell asleep unexpectedly. And all of a sudden I woke up and I'm like, oh, it's getting dark out. What's going on? And I'm like, oh no, it's 6:52. I said I was gonna go live at 5:30, but I guess I needed a nap. It's okay. We're on now. Hello, Audra. How are you? Welcome in. I don't think it's going to be that warm here either, Audra. Hey, Calvin, you just tried biting me. That's not good. No. Easy. Easy, honey. Hey, Alexa, what's the temperature tomorrow? Oh, all right. Never mind. I lied. It's going to be 82 tomorrow. I thought it was going to be cooler tomorrow for some reason. We'll take 82, though. Hey, Brooke Steele, welcome in. Hey, Barbara, Delzy Willis, welcome in. Yeah, I needed a nap today. I actually had a funeral to go to today. Let me tell you, they wipe you out. That and red wine, both, they wipe you out together. And but it was, I was emailing a friend of mine and said, it's always sad when a family member passes, but when you get together with your family, hey, I'm talking. You interrupted me. When you get together with your family, it's amazing how many memories you talk about. And I heard a lot of things about my dad today from people things I just didn't even know about. And so, that kind of warmed my heart a little bit. Calvin, hey. Wow, you're really being a show off today, huh? Yeah, I think it might rain. Alexa, is it going to rain tomorrow? Okay. Alexa totally just showing me off left, right, and center. I'm like, I think it's going to rain tomorrow. Alexa, is it going to rain tomorrow? She's like, yeah, it probably won't rain tomorrow. All right, so 82, I'll take that. For mid-September, we'll take that. Yeah, Barbara, exactly. Yeah, I mean, the only good thing to come out of those is just spending the time with family. But I'd rather spend time with family, when it's not a funeral. All right, let's see. I missed a few things in the chat here. Let's see. I said hello to Brooks. I said hello to Amanda. You're getting a 3-month-old Boston Terrier. What are you the sleep routines and what tips do you have? So, Amanda, let me ask you, do you care do you want your dog to sleep with you or not sleep with you? Calvin sleeps with me and I wouldn't want it any other way. So it depends on if you want your dog to sleep with you or not. If you want the dog to sleep with you, that's an easy one. Just let the dog sleep with you. They'll get used to that in like no time at all. If you don't want the dog to sleep with you, I would highly recommend trying to crate train your dog and trying to get them used to the crate late at night, not as a punishment, but as their place to go for like, safety, seclusion, that kind of thing. But my Bostons, I've always slept with me, so I don't have it any other way. All right, what else did I miss? I think that's it. Oh, thank you, Audra, for sending me the clutch. Appreciate that. Calvin, where are you going? He's like, he's thirsty after all that barking. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Audra. I appreciate that. Ravi says rain in New York City. Okay, I thought we were supposed to get rain, but Alexa just said that we're not, so I don't know what's going on. Ari's World, welcome in. Appreciate it. Audra, I do have hockey tonight at 10 o'clock, yes. So the nap actually comes in handy because, it's good to just get a little bit of sleep in before I go to that. So, yes, I am playing hockey tonight at 10. Really late, but it is what it is. All right, we have a few more people who came in. Welcome in, Miracle, taken by Ethan. Thank you for coming in. Motley sleeps with you guys? Yeah. I if he didn't sleep with me, I would almost be like, where is he? Like, it's just at this point, it is what it is. Hey, Todd Saw, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. She is crate trained, but I also want her to sleep with me. I have depression and anxiety. Okay. So I kind of feel like you need to pick one or the other, Amanda. That would be my recommendation. If you want her to sleep with you, then let her sleep with you. Most likely, they're not going to be able to do one or the other or do both. I think Calvin just knows, like, when I'm getting ready to go to bed, it's his time to go to bed too. Right? Yeah, I'm talking about you. You and your drool hanging out right there. I see that drool. So, yeah, you have to decide one or the other. Do you want the dog to sleep with you or not? Thank you, Ravi. I appreciate that. Hello, Eugene Wynn. Welcome in. Oh, Audrey, Ari's World, thank you so much for sending a gift membership. I appreciate that. Hey, Fran Dash Phoenix got it. Cool. Yeah, Todd, I agree. It's always exciting getting a new pup. My advice is to always train the dog the way that you want the dog to act. If you want the dog to be super obedient, it's going to obviously take a lot more training versus having the dog, just have certain kinds of manners and skills. Like, I don't train Calvin that way. And I know, like he's not perfect. Like, sometimes, like, I have to scold him. Not much, but... And part of it is like, well, I never really trained him to do that. And, like, he gets really excited around people, new people, and so he has a tendency to, like, see somebody brand new and he'll, like, kind of want to jump up on them for, like, to let them know, hey, I'm here and, I welcome you. And some people don't like that. And I do have to, like, correct him on that. But I never trained him to not do that. So, and then other times I'm like, you know what? I like his personality. Like, for example, he was barking at me when we first started this live stream and getting a little razzed up. Some people don't like when their dogs do that. I don't care. That's just the way I am. Thank you so much, Troy. I appreciate it. Hey, Buster, how are you? No, he doesn't have Down syndrome, but appreciate the comment. Hey, Larry, welcome in. How are you? What kind of beer, Ravi? I must have missed Ravi's comment. Let me go back. Yours would drink beer? Wow. I don't give my dog beer. Unless I'm like fell on the floor, but I don't actively give him beer, but that's okay. A sip here or there wouldn't kill the dog. I know some dog owners would be like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that?" But like, if a dog had a sip of beer, it's no different to me than giving them a certain food that they probably shouldn't have. Hello, Nini. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Hey, Aries Virgo, welcome in. I gotta make you a mod. Hold on. Whoa. All right, Aries Virgo, you should be a moderator now. Oops. Why is my gimbal? All right, there we go. Gimbal was trying to error out, but we're good. Oh, you did? Cool. You'll have to show us, Troy, on maybe take a picture of it and post it on your community page. That would be awesome. Craft beer bowl cozy would be really cool. What are you doing, buddy? You're like you're very active right now. I like that though. It's better than being mopey. You a good boy? You a good boy? What? Wow, you're vocal today. Oh yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. So we got Ari's World out dashing, which is really cool. So Ari's World, I know you're listening and driving, but I can't wait until it snows in Iowa. And then you tell us that you're dashing through the snow. That would be kind of fun. See, Fran Dash Phoenix probably can't say that because it never snows in Phoenix, but it snows in Iowa. So you'll have to tell us when you're dashing through the snow. And you should be in a one horse open sleigh too. Oh yeah, I missed that. No, I agree with you. Yeah, I don't give out mods right away. Like once I get to know somebody and they're part of our community, I will hand out mods right away. So Ari's Virgo, I know very well. I've seen them in other live streams, and so that's why I handed out Ari's Virgo a mod. But come back and see us regularly. Come be part of our community, and I'll give you a mod too. Hey, Tommy John, your dog never barks. You're lucky. I call Calvin a sensible barker. He doesn't bark for just the sake of it. He barks when he's, letting me know about something, if he wants something, or, every now and again he'll do it to be sassy or if I'm playing with him, but he just doesn't bark. Even like when other dogs walk by, like I'll be home, he'll sit on top of the couch over there, like on the arm of that couch where that blanket is. He'll stare out the window. I know that the shades are drawn right now, but like sometimes I open up the blinds a little bit more so he can see out. And even if dogs and people walk by, he'll just stare out there. He won't bark. Hey Valerie, how you doing? Welcome in. I know you have a premiere starting in 5 minutes, so but thank you for popping in. Appreciate that. Hey Sock Monkey, K Mac Projects in the house. How are you? Thank you for being here. For those of you who had just popped in, I had told a few friends, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go live. This was at 4:30 Eastern time, 4 o'clock actually, somewhere around there. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go live in about 90 minutes. So my plan was to go live at about 5:30 Eastern time. It's currently almost 7:30 Eastern time. And then I fell asleep and I woke up and I'm like, oh my God, it's like almost dark out. What's going on? And Calvin had to go out and I'm like, oh man, I was supposed to go live, but I just totally fell asleep. But we're live now. And yeah, so I'm happy to be on. But yeah, we were supposed to be on about an hour beforehand. Actually, 2 hours beforehand, really. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's got a really pretty coat. He's brindle. Cool. We've got Ari's Virgo became a member. Thank you so much. Appreciate you joining our membership. Calvin's like, I want to play. Hey, Chris, welcome in. He's still working on this octopus. He did break off a few legs. Boop that nose. There you go, Audra. You're at a pit stop? Cool. Awesome. Ari's Virgo dropping the emojis. I appreciate that. No, I'm not off all week, Todd. I'm going back to work tomorrow. Thanks, Adventure, for the gift, for the heart. I appreciate that. Yeah, I missed hockey last Monday because I was traveling for work. I was in Minnesota for a work conference. And so I don't want to miss this week. I know it, like, now that I got a nap in me, I think that will help. But it's not ideal going in to play hockey at 10. I get it. Sometimes we play at 9, except this week we have it at 10. We alternate. I think my team most likely, I think the way, because there's only 4 teams in the league, there's one team that alternates every week. They go 9-10, 9-10, 9-10. Then I think there's one team that goes 2 weeks at 10, 2 weeks at 9, 2 weeks at 10. And then I think there's one team that goes 3 weeks at 10 and 3 weeks at 9. I actually haven't seen the full schedule yet, so I'm not sure if we're that team or if we're alternating, every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. It's definitely not every week because the team played last week at 10 o'clock, even though I missed the game. Tommy John says, my old Boston would only bark at squirrels, but she acts like a mute. Yeah, Calvin only barks at certain things too. Like even when we go for a walk, like he's very territorial of our neighborhood, and he won't bark at other dogs, but he'll act tough. I say that he's got like Napoleon complex. But he's harmless otherwise. Hey, Anthony Chihuahua, welcome in. Audra dropping the emojis. Ari saying hello to Sock. K Mac Project saying hello to everybody. Appreciate that. What toys would I recommend? Anything that's not super easily to destroy. Most Bostons have a very... Sorry, guys. I got a phone call that came through. I had to... Yeah, Todd, I was kind of tired. For sure. I think more so the wake and the funeral, it takes more out of you than you think. It's very emotional, as you know. Like, it was sad. Like, one of my aunts particularly had a very difficult time today. My uncle's sister, not my mom. Like, my mom lost her brother. That's who passed. But I mean, my mom had a hard time too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she didn't. But one of my aunts really took it hard, and that aunt doesn't drive, and so my uncle used to, like, drive her all over the place, and really did a lot for her, and so I just think she took it hard, for sure. His kids took it very hard too. Yeah, Ari's Virgo is a new member. You got it, Anthony. Oh yeah, that's a great idea, Ravi. Get a teething toy you can put in the freezer. Something that lasts a long time. That's what you want. You want something that's going to take them a while to kind of get through, right, Calvin? What recommendations do you have for Amber Andrews? What do you like to chew? Oh, is that right? Okay. Anthony says, show Cal's nose and tell the audience to double boop the snooze for a light. Yes. Guys, if you want to give us a like, boop Calvin's nose. Double tap that nose of his, and we'll get a like. I love it. Good idea, Anthony. Todd, you are not wrong. A lot of people hang out with Calvin and put up with Jeff. You are absolutely right. I will not argue with you on that. Hey, train bike, tell that dog to move. Let me tell you, if it wasn't for this dog, I wouldn't have a channel. So I will definitely be keeping the camera on him. But thank you. Yep, you're right, Ravi. A lot of bark and no bite. I agree. Hello, Chona Adventure Vlog. Welcome in. Hey, Alfredo. Welcome. Haven't seen you in a bit. Thank you for being here. Yes, NHL season is starting soon. I think October 8th is the first day. Yes, definitely check out our friend Valerie Reese. I'll be checking. I can't watch the live right. Well, I mean, I could put my laptop on, but I actually like to watch the video, so I might not be able to catch it on the premiere. But I'll definitely check it out for sure. You're on a budget membership emoji. That's all good, Anthony. I just appreciate the fact that you're here. Honestly. But if anybody wants to be a member, we added a new membership tier. We do some membership only content. We have a tier that's 99 cents per month. Really cheap. If you're a coffee drinker, way cheaper than what you would pay for a coffee for a month. So, but no pressure. Again, we're just happy to have you guys here. Chris says, check out BarkBox. Yeah, I'm familiar with BarkBox. We haven't bought any. I have a feeling somebody's at my house. Let me see. Yeah. Hold on one second. I think somebody's ringing my doorbell. Doing a live stream. Thank you. All right. My sister just dropped me something off. I'm like, hey, I'm doing a live stream. She's like, yeah, I'm not on camera. All right, guys, sorry about that. Yeah, puppers need a teething toy. It goes in the freezer. That's a great idea. All right, I'm a little behind in the chat. Let me see if I can catch it. catch up. All right. Ooh, uh-oh. Sorry, guys. There we go. Hey, John, how are you? Welcome in. Hello. Unfortunately, I cannot read that language, but welcome in. I don't know if it's definitely not Korean, but it looks maybe it's Chinese or Japanese. But welcome in. Thank you for being here. Hey, Kim, how you doing? Welcome in. John Tiernan's in the house. I appreciate that. Audra just sent us some golden poop. Awesome. Hello, Micah. It's pretty funny you mentioned that. There's a channel that I've been following, and I mentioned this on another live stream. I forget I'm not sure which channel is the legit channel because people copy each other all the time, but it's either the dog pack app or the official dog pack app. And there's a golden retriever and a French bulldog that have like a podcast, and they also often have like guests on it, like other dogs or cats, and it's the most hysterical thing. But yeah, maybe one day I'll turn Calvin into an AI bot and have him talk. That would be fun. Hey, Ramza, how you doing? Yes, Ravi. Calvin will hang out. Ice hockey is not that long. It's only an hour. So I'll leave, like, hockey starts at 10. I'll probably leave here at about, like, 9:15, 9:20, just so I can get there on time, play the game. The game's done at 11. And I don't hang around. I mean, literally, as soon as we're done, I try to get out of there as quick as I can. I'm usually home by, like, 11:30, 11:40 at the latest. And so he's only home for, like, an hour and a half-ish, maybe 2 hours at the most. I don't think. I don't know, Rams. It's a good question. Would he go after rats? He might. He likes, like, if he sees squirrels and rabbits, his instinct is to chase them, so he could. I wouldn't want him to, though. Amanda says yours has blue eyes. Oh, that's cool. That's not very common, Amanda, but it is beautiful. Boston's with the blue eyes. Audra says it's lightly raining here in Aurora, Colorado. Does Cal want a nap? I don't know. We just took a nap, Kim, and he was sleeping next to me, so I think he's pretty good right now. You missed the beginning of the live stream. He was a little, like, amped up, so I think he's okay. You have a Boston laying at your feet, Micah? Cool. Newman? Yeah, Newman's due to come over soon, actually. I texted him yesterday, and he just went on like a kind of like a business slash family trip. Like, he had a business trip to go to in Las Vegas, like a conference to go to for his work, but he took his wife, and I think two of his sons work for him at the company he works at. It's his company. So they went to the conference with him, but they did some things for fun too. And I actually texted him yesterday and say, hey, we need to get together. You got to fill me in on your Vegas trip. So I'm sure I'll see him hopefully this week sometime. But Calvin loves Newman, right, Cal? Calvin? Peter? Do you like Peter? Newman's real name is Peter. That's what he knows him by. Oh, yeah, Anthony, my sister lives like a half a mile away. She actually, I think she must have been at my mom's house. My mom on Sunday, she called me, which was yesterday. She's like, oh, I made some eggplant if you want some. My mom's always like offering me food, which is great. But I was actually cooking when she called me yesterday. I'm like, oh, I said, I'm actually literally in the middle of cooking dinner. And I said, I'll maybe stop by and grab it today, but I didn't pick it up. And then my sister must have stopped over there, and she just dropped me off some eggplant from my mom, which I'll eat that tomorrow. Oh, the board game. Is this what you saw? Is that so? Let me see. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Hello from Australia. Energy Art by Inexo. Thank you for being here. All right, I caught up. Does anybody know what this game is called? Let me see if you guys know. Put in the chat if you know what it's called. I can actually play this game really quick on the live stream, but I want to see if anybody knows what it's called. This game has been blowing up on like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. A lot of people have been playing this game. I actually officially bought it yesterday, and it was like really cheap. Audra's like, oh, I have that game. So Anthony says, I don't know. You can, Amanda. We have a community page, Amanda. So if you go on our community page, when you get your Boston, you can share your photos on our community page. We have a few members of our community who have posted pictures of their Bostons, and so you're welcome to do that when you get your Boston. Robbie's like, I don't know. Okay, so this game is called Shut the Box. And so this game went viral on like every social media platform. So we'll play it real quick. It doesn't take much, but you're gonna notice that there are numbers between 1 and 12, okay, and two die. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to shut the box. And the way that you do that is when you roll the dice, whatever you roll represents the total number on the die. So right now you can see there's a 10. And so you can choose to shut any of these tiles that represent 10. So in this case, like I could just close the 10, or I could close a 9 and a 1, which equals 10, an 8 or a 2, 7, 3, so on and so forth. Okay? And the goal is you're trying to shut out all the tiles, but obviously it sounds easier than it really is, because as you shut tiles, every time you roll the dice, you're most likely going to roll a number where you don't have the combination of the tiles to close. And so mathematically, it's extremely difficult. I played this game out just on my own using paper and those two red dice that you see there. And on average, people will shut the box once out of every 250 times you play. Like, that's how rare it is. With 12 numbers, obviously the less numbers on the board, the easier it is to shut the box. But we'll play it. So obviously the object is to turn over all of these tiles, and from a strategy perspective, you want to try to close. You're trying to knock down a lot of the higher numbers, because once you get the higher numbers down, you'll have more combinations with the dice on the lower numbers. So we'll give it a whirl. I'm probably not going to shut the dice, but hopefully I can get something that's somewhat realistic. Yeah, it's mathematics simulation. It's all mathematics, exactly, energy. All right, let's roll the dice and see what happens. All right, so I rolled a 10. So I am going to shut the 10 first. My next roll is a 6. I'm going to turn over the 6. I got a 7. I'm going to turn over the 7. I got a 10 again, which is good in a way, but I would have... 11 and 12 are obviously harder to roll, but I am going to turn over the 8 and the 2. And the reason why I didn't do the 9 and the 1 is because I think the 1 can be valuable. So I want to try to leave that tile up for as long as I can. Now, there's no guarantee, but Ari's Virgo, it's challenging, but it's also easy, right? It's just, you know, some of it's out of your control. There's a little bit of strategy, but a lot of it's just the luck of the dice roll. All right, so there's a 4. I'm going to turn over the 4. So as you can see, I really want to try to get that 11, 12, and 9 if I can. Oh, I got a 3. That's not that good. All right. I need to roll higher numbers. All right. So see, I rolled a 6. And so I can do this because I have a 5 plus 1 is 6. So now I am stuck with the high numbers. Now I need to roll a 9, 11, or 12 to shut the box. If I don't roll that number, then what happens is whatever the total is of the remaining tiles, that's your score. And then if you're playing multiplayer, the next person would go and they would be trying to beat that score. So wish me luck, but I need like a 9, 11, or 12. Hey, Michelle, welcome. Where do you find the community page, Amanda? If you go to my channel, just go to my channel. You're going to see community. You can't miss it. There's like a button where you can click join community and you can find it there. All right, let's see if I can get a 9, 11, or 12. And I didn't. I got a 6. All right. So my score would be 32. That's my score, which is not that good because most likely somebody would beat it. All right, so we'll play again. So now I just roll up. And let's see if I can do it again. We'll try one more time. I only got a 4. That's not good. A 5. You really want to roll high numbers. There we go. An 11. That's good. Come on, 12. 7. I'll take it. 8. We'll take it. All right, come on. Give me a 12. Oh, that is not a 12. 3. All right, we got a 9. 6. All right, so I got 1, 2, 10, and 12. So I can either roll a 2, a 3, an 11, or a 12. Those are the only numbers that will keep me in the game. And I'm out. So that's 22, 24, 25. All right, we'll do it one more time. This is fun. I love this game. It's a challenge. Like, it's addicting because you're totally trying to shut the box, and it's not easy. It seems like, oh yeah, this should happen pretty soon, but it just doesn't. It's really hard. You need a lot of luck. 4s aren't going to do it. That's a 6. That's an 8. Oops. That was a 6. We'll take the 11. 7. Come on, 12. 6. So I got to go 5 and 1. All right, I'm out. 6. I don't have that combo. See what I'm saying? It's very difficult. Yeah, 11 and 12. 11 and 12 and 2. Those are the three hardest numbers to get. 6, 7, and 8 are the easiest numbers because there are more combinations of those numbers on the dice. 7 is obviously the most common, right? You can get a 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4. For 6, you can get a 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 3. 8, you can get a 2, 6, 3, 5. Can you get anything else? 4, 4. And then 11, you can only get a 6, 5, and 12, you can only get a 6, 6, and 2, you can only get snake eyes. So the lower numbers are harder just because there's less combinations. Yeah, it is a fun game, Michelle. It really is. All right, we'll do it one more time. I got a 6. All right, we got a 10. A 4. Come on, 11 or 12. Nope, an 8. Another 10. All right, I'm going to go 9 and 1. Another 8. Oh, wow, I can only do 5 and 3. A 9. Ooh, I got it. 7 and 2. All right. We need a miracle, guys. We need 11 or a 12. Blowing on the dice for good luck. Yes, I got an 11. All right, guys, we need the miracle roll. I need 2 6s. I just need a 12 to shut the box. Blowing on the dice for good luck. Ready? I didn't get it. I got an 8. But anyways, it's fun. Yeah, it's called Shut the Box. It's super cheap. I bought it yesterday. I got it on Amazon. It cost like $14. So it's not a big investment. And if you don't want to spend the money, you can really just make the game up yourself. Just take 2 dice, take a sheet of paper, write the numbers 1 through 12, and then just cross out the numbers that you're eliminating, and you're good to go. Well, no, you don't want a high score. You want a low score, Ari's Virgo. So you're technically trying to like shut the box, but if you don't shut the box, you want a low score. So now if somebody else were to play, they're trying to get lower than 12. But 12 is a good score, though. I mean, it's not really that bad because it's even hard to just get 1 tile remaining. It's not an easy game. Again, I've done this. I played this game just using paper and that red dice. I probably played about 400 times. I've only shut the box 1 time. Yep, you got it, Ravi. It's like golf. Low score wins. Yeah, Calvin's like, I don't really want to shut the box. I just want you to shut your mouth. Calvin's like, can you shut your mouth instead of shutting the box? You probably can get it from the dollar store. There's probably a knockoff version, but I got this one off Amazon. I got the wood box. They have a few variations of the game. They have one where there's only 9 numbers or 10 numbers. It's easier with less numbers, obviously. There's also a game called Double Shut the Box. So it goes 1 through 9, but there's 2 layers of it. And so you have to, close 2 layers of those tiles before you can win. But this is like the original game, I'm pretty sure. Calvin, hey. You're being lazy. You're being lazy, honey. Oh, you're welcome. I'll play one more time. Again, it's addicting. Like you just want to shut the box, and so it keeps you trying again. All right, how about this? I'll be the roller, but I'll have one of you guys play, and you tell me which numbers to shut. How about this? All right. So Michelle, do you want to play? I'll roll the dice for you, and you tell me which numbers to shut. Does that work? I'll wait to see your reply. Ravi's in. Okay, Ravi, you'll have next. Let me see if Michelle wants to play. If she doesn't want to play, then you're up next, okay? All right, Michelle, are you in? I'm waiting to see your reply. Going once. Going twice. All right, we'll come back to Michelle. Ravi, you're up. All right, I'm going to roll the dice for you, and you tell me which number you want me to turn down. So obviously, again, the goal is to try to shut the box. Strategy says you want to try to knock off the higher tiles first, but you tell me. So like if I roll a 10, you may say do 9 and 1, or you may tell me 10. And sometimes you don't have a choice. It's whatever's left. And so if you don't have a choice, I'll just flip the tiles over for you. But if you have a choice, I'll wait for you to tell me your choice. All right, Ravi, here we go. You're up. Okay, your first roll is an 8. What do you want? Do you want the 8 or do you want a different combination? Ravi wants the 8. All right. Next roll. You got a 9. What do you want? Ravi wants the 9. That's the right way to do it. Okay, here's your next roll. Up. You got another 8. So you can do 7 or 1, 6 and 2, or 5 and 3. Ravi wants 5 and 3. Okay. Here's your next roll. All right, you got a 7. Ravi wants a 7. Yeah, Sock Monkey. Yeah, it's tough. Like, I probably would have done the 6 and 2, not for any reason other than I like the 1 to hang around. I find it to be a valuable tile, but again, a lot of it's just luck of the draw. That's what also makes this tough. It's mathematical, but and strategy, but also luck. At the end of the day, it comes down to luck. I don't care what anyone says. You could play this perfectly, and then when you get near the end, you just may not roll the number you need, and that's what it comes down to. Okay. All right, here's the next roll, Ravi. Okay, you got a 9. So you can do a 9. I only see one option for you. I think you have to do the 6, 2, and 1. That's your only option. So we're going to do it. 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Yep, you got it, Ravi. Okay, here comes your next roll. So Ravi needs a 4, 10, 11, or 12. Wish me luck, guys. I'll blow on the dice. Almost. All right, we got a 5. So Ravi's score is 23, 33, 37. That's actually not a bad score, to be honest with you. I think anything under 40 is, like, considered decent. All right, who wants to play next? Anybody? Sock Monkey, you want in? What did Audra say? And you know people have probably done that, Anthony. Anthony, that is facts, actually. Or, you know what? I'll show you how to shut the box. You ready? There you go. I just won. All right, Sock is in. Okay, Sock, here you go. First roll. You got a 5. What would you like? Well, sorry, guys. I need to roll better. All right, Kim, you'll be next. You're next after the K-Mac project. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Welcome in. Sock will take a 5. All right, here comes your next roll. You got a 6. Why is it so hard to roll a 10, 11, and 12? It's not fair. All right, what's Sock want? Sock will take the 6. All right. Come on. Good roll here. 4. Sorry, man. I'm trying. Mark's like 7. Yeah, I wish I could roll over a 7. But Sock only has a 4. You want the 1 and 3? Okay. You got it. All right, next roll. Maybe Sock's onto something. All right, you got an 8. Welcome in, Kevin. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I think Sock only has one option, but I'm sure he's going to tell me. Yep, you got to take the 8. You got it. All right, next roll. Ah, that's a good roll, Sock. You got a 10. You only have one option, but I'm sure you're going to want the 10, right? In fact, that's the only thing you have. Yep. All right, so Sock, you need your numbers in play are a 2, a 4, a 6, 9, 11, and 12. So 2, 4, 6, 9, 11, and 12. Oh, thank you, Energy Art. We'll definitely do that. He's just chilling out like a good boy. Energy Art says goodbye, Calvin. Thank you for stopping in. I really appreciate that. All right, Sock, here comes your next roll. I don't think you can do anything with the 10, dude. I think you're out. All you have is a 9. All right, good try, Sock. Sorry, man. All right, Kim Stahl is next. All right, Kim, you ready? Yeah, totally hiking with Jackie Boy. If you haven't seen those videos, definitely check them out. Cool collaboration. Troy went live, and both Hiking with Jackie Boy and Troy put out separate videos of the Corpus Christi powwow. Really, really neat. Definitely check that out. And drop links, guys, if you want to drop the channel. Yeah, Sock Monkey. Sorry, man. That's tough. You went out a little bit earlier than expected. All right, Kim, you ready? Here you go. Here's your first roll. That's a good start. Can't get any better than that. You just got a 12. I'm assuming you want the 12, Kim? Thank you, Aries Virgo. Enjoy your meal. Yep, Kim wants the 12. I don't blame you. I would take it all day. All right, next roll. All right, Kim, you got a 7. What would you like? Kim's going to take the 7. Okay, next roll. Okay, you got a 6. Oh, welcome back, Valerie. Appreciate it. I'll check out your video, Valerie, when we're done. Hey, Luis, welcome in. We're just hanging out with my Boston Terrier, Calvin. This is Calvin. This is his channel. And we're just playing a little bit of shut the box. All right, Kim, you got your 6. Let me roll the next. Come on, something good. Ah, another 6. What did Anthony do? That's so cool. I recently inherited an antique set of dice from your grandfather. They used to belong to Al Capone. No way. That's so cool. In other words, we've been spending most of our lives living with the gangster's pair of dice. You got me on that. Oh, that's such a good one. I love it. Awesome joke. That's awesome. All right, Kim would like the 4 and 2. Sorry, Kim. I got distracted by Anthony's awesome joke. That was awesome. All right, you ready, Kim? Here's your next roll. Blowing on the dice for good luck. Oh, that was not good. You only have one choice, Kim. You have a 3. I'll do it for you. Valerie, it's a fun game. $14.99. Actually, I said $13.99, but I think it was $14.99 on Amazon. You can get it at Walmart. You can get it at any retailer. It's called Shut the Box. All right, Kim, you ready? Here's your next roll. Okay, Kim, you got an 8. I'm assuming I think your only option is the 8. So, Luis, the point of the game is you're trying to shut all of these tiles, and it's much harder than you think. So right now we rolled an 8, and so Kim, who's playing, I'm gonna turn over the 8 tile. So I'm trying to shut the 1, the 5, the 9, the 10, and the 11, but it's all based on what I roll on the dice. And so it's called Shut the Box, and mathematically, I looked it up. You have like a 1 in 250 chance of shutting the box. So it's not easy. All right, Kim, here's your next roll. It's very addicting, Troy. Like, honestly, when I was playing, I was using like a little pad of paper and I was just writing 1 through 12 and playing it. And I went through like 3/4 of the pad of paper trying to like shut the box just because I was running out of room. I was writing them small too. Like, it was just crazy how long it took me to do it. All right, Kim, here's your next roll. All right, Kim, I hate to tell you, but you're done. I rolled an 8. All right, so you got a 21, a 36 is your score. All right, who wants next? Nice try, Kim. Who wants to take the next whirl at it? All right. Arnulfo Gallegos came in first. Okay, so Arnulfo will go first, and then Anthony, and then Luis. All right, so remember that order. We'll do Arnulfo, Anthony, Luis. Okay, Arnulfo, you're up. All right, I rolled a 6. So I can either flip over the 6 or I can flip over any tiles that equal 6. So you may say flip over the 5 and 1, the 4 and 2, the 3, 2, 1, or the 6. I will tell you, you do want to try to flip over the tiles that are higher in value, like you're trying to knock off the higher numbers. That's the strategy of the game, but it's your call ultimately. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Hey, Mint Chocolate Chip Balls. Hey, JH7, welcome in. Thank you, Barbara, for coming in. I appreciate it. Hey, Mary, how you doing? Welcome in. He wants the 6. Okay, here's your next roll. Blow him on him for good luck. Okay, you got an 8. He's doing great. He's right here just chilling out next to me. He's just like, all right, Human's talking to the camera again. I'm just going to lay and chill out. So, Anufo, you want me to flip over the 8? Is that what you want me to flip over? Oh, thanks, Anthony Chihuahua. Yeah, I got that as a gift from somebody. Yeah, I love him too. Flip over the 8? Okay. Okay, here's your next roll. Okay, you got a 9. Do you want the 9? Okay, flip over the 9. Okay. Oh, you got an 11. That's good. And Nufo's getting some good rolls by me here. You want the 11? Yep, he wants the 11. Okay, you only got a 2 this time. It's amazing how the dice find a way to correct itself. Do you want the 2? I think you don't have a choice. The only thing you can flip over is the 2. All right, so he needs a 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 12. You can only roll 1 die once. If I have less than 6 on the board, so let's say I get rid of the 7, 10, and the 12, you're able to roll 1 die at that point. But right now we can't because we have numbers higher than 6. Okay, you've got a 9. And it looks like you can only do the 4 and the 5. I think that's the only option you have right now. Really cool mint chocolate chip balls. That's awesome. So you want the 4 and the 5. Okay. All right. You have an 8. Okay. I'll do this for you. You only have one option, the 7 and the 1. That's all you can do. All right. So Arnulfo needs a 3, a 10, and a 12. That's what you need. All right, I blew on the dice for good luck. Ready? Hey, look at that. You got a 10. You're still in. All right, Arnulfo. You need a 3 and a 12. Here we go. Ah, nice try. 15. That's a really good score, though. Nice job. All right, Anthony Chihuahua, you're up next. Okay, you ready, Anthony? Okay, here we go. First roll is a 7. What would you like? Yeah, 15's a great score, yeah. Todd, I'll just be happy to come home in one piece. Anthony would like a 7, okay. Anthony, who's better than me? Look at that, buddy. I know, I don't even need to ask you. I know you want that. Yep, Anthony's like, whoop. Yep. All right, here we go. All right, 5. What would you like? All right, I got a 5. He wants the 5. All right, gotcha. All right, next roll. Anthony, that's pretty good. I got a 10. Anthony wants the 10. I don't blame you. It's hard to roll 2 good numbers. All right, I got a 4. You want the 4, the 3, and the 1? He wants the 4. All right. All right, I got a 6. So you can either do 6 or the 3, 2, 1. Yep, 6. All right. So this is what you got, Anthony. You can stay in the game with a 2, a 3, a 4, a 9, a 10, 11, or a 12, or an 8. A 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, an 8, a 9, a 10, 11, or 12. So you have a few outs here. All right. All right. Let's see if Calvin. We'll see if Calvin wants to blow on the dice. Lick the dice, Calvin. Go ahead. All right. Good luck. A good luck lick by Cal. You ready? Oh, you're still in the game. You got a 6. But I got to flip over 3, 2, 1. There you go. 3, 2, 1. Contact. Yep, you got it, Anthony. All right, so Anthony, you need an 8, 9, and an 11 to stay in. Oh, Anthony with an 11. You're still in the game, buddy. All right, Anthony needs an 8 or a 9. Here we go. 1 fell out. We're not going to count it. All right, Anthony, here's the second dice. You got a 2 so far. You really need a 6. You need me to roll a 6 here or you're done. Ready? Oh! Anthony is still in. All right, Anthony, if I roll a 9. No, you don't want to do over. You want that. I just hooked you up. All right, you need a 9. So you need a 6 and a 3 or a 4 and a 5. That's all you can do. All right, can we get a drum roll, please? Can I see some drum roll emojis in the chat? He might be able to do it. Yeah, 9 is not impossible. 9 is not impossible, Calvin. Yes, there we go. We got some drum rolls. All right, Anthony. Wish me luck. All right, here we go. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, so close. You got an 8. Dang it. All right, that's a good score, though. You can't complain about a 9. That's really good. Nice try, Anthony. Close. All right, who else wants in? I'm telling you, this game is addicting. It's like you just keep playing until you do it. All right. Richard is in. Mint chocolate. Okay, you ready? Here comes your first roll. All right, that's a 5. Okay, you got a 10. Hey, Mary Morrison, welcome in. So, Richard, you can pick a 10 or you could do any combination to 10. All right, you want a 6 and 4. Okay, interesting strategy. Usually they say you want to knock off the bigger numbers, but we'll do that. We'll do whatever you want. Maybe you're onto something. All right, next roll. You got a 7. He'll take the 7, okay. Oh, you got another 10. There you go. All right, Richard takes the 10. There we go. Okay, next roll. You got an 8. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate it. I can't wait for you to get yours, too. It's going to be awesome when you get your Boston. Okay, Richard wants an 8. Next roll. Okay, I got a 9. Richard will take the 9. All right, I really need to get that 11 or 12 for you. Calvin, can you blow on those dice for Richard? No? Here. All right, he's like, okay. He breathed on him, Richard. That's going to have to work. All right, ready? Come on, 11 or 12. Ah, we got a 5, but you're still in the game. I hope so, Kim. Oh, yeah, congrats, Richard, on 400 subs. Awesome. He would like the 3 and the 2. Okay. Here we go. I think your luck ran out, Richard, but that's still a good roll, good run. You got a 9, and I don't think I can flip over a 9. All right, good try. All right, we'll play one. Will anybody else want to play? Who's next? Any new players? Good try, Richard. Yeah, it's not. Trust me, it's not easy. I've played. There have been a few hands, literally. So obviously, the lower numbers. When you roll lower numbers, there's just that's not a good way to win. I think one time I rolled literally 2 3s and a 4, and I was out in like 4 turns because like once you do that, like there's no numbers you can flip over. All right, Valerie's in. Okay, Valerie's next. Then Mary, you're after Valerie. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go, Val. All right, I rolled you a 6. What would you like? Oh, awesome, Anthony. You know I'm already subbed to you. If you guys haven't subbed to Anthony, definitely check him out. Anthony's such a great supporter. He's got an awesome dog named Radar. So please check out his channel. All right, here you go, Val. Oh, you're not going to like this, Val. I rolled a 2. You don't really have a choice. I'm going to knock it over for you. That's the only thing you can do. All right, next roll. All right, that's a little better. I got an 8. What would you like? I know. I'm sorry, Valerie. That wasn't a good roll, but it happened, sadly. All right, Val wants an 8. All right, next. All right, I got a 9. All right, Val wants the 9. All right, I got another 9, Val. I think you have a couple of options. You can do the 5 and the 4 or the 5, 3, and 1. Sweet, Adventure America. Troy, I'm not surprised. You're awesome. Guys, seriously, check out each other's channels. We have amazing people in this community. All right, 5 and the 4 for Val. All right, next roll, Val. All right, you're still in the game. I rolled a 7. That's the only thing I can give you, but I'm sure you'll take it. All right, so Val, you can stay in the game with a 3, a 4, a 10, 11, or a 12, okay? Living in a Calvin paradise. Nice. All right, so you need a 3, a 4, a 10, 11, 12. Let's do it, all right? Calvin, Valerie needs a 3, 4, 10, 11, 12. Here. He's like, can you get that out of my face, please? All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're still in. I got a 4, Valerie. You're in. 3 and 1. I know. Cal's like, get out of here, please. Oh, what did Richard say? I missed it. Oh, cool. Nice. All right. Now we need the big kahunas. We need a 10, 11, or a 12. They're the hardest numbers to get. Well, 10 is equally as hard as 4. But 11 and 12 are like getting 2 and 3. It's just tough. But we can do it. Come on. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ah, sorry, Val. I tried. Okay, Mary is up next. All right, Mary. You ready? Good try, Valerie. It's hard. Yeah, it's not an easy game. Like I said, look up the... I wasn't sure like what the odds of beating the game was. I Googled it. I swear, I think it's like 1 out of 250 chances. All right, Mary, here you go. Ready? First roll. All right, you got an 8. What would you like? Mary would like the 8. All right. You know what? I'm going to try rolling left-handed. Let's see if that's any luckier. Oh, I rolled another 8. Okay, what would you like? Seven and 1, okay. All right, Mary, here's your next roll. All right, you only have one choice. So, Mary, let me tell you. So, here's a good example. I want to point this out. This is where luck comes into play. So, if Mary had flipped over the 6 and the 2 instead of the 7 or 1, she would have already been out. So, again, It's just some of it's just pure luck of the draw, right? And she would have been out so early, but she just happened to pick right on the 7 and the 1 instead of the 6 and the 2. So now she has the 2 to flip over. So that just figured I'd point that out to everybody where she used great strategy there, but 6 and 2, a lot of people would have done the 6 and 2 because they like to keep the 1 hanging around. In that case, she wouldn't have been able to flip over a tile. So nice work, Mary. Okay, here's your next roll. All right, you got a 4. That's your only choice is a 4. Yep, you got it, Richard. That's exactly it. All right, Mary, you ready? Next roll. Ah! What are the chances? I'm sorry, Mary. I don't have any more. Bummer, I just rolled a 2. I don't have a 2 I can flip over. This is the cruel part of the game. All right. I think one other person wanted to play after Mary. Let me go back into the chat. Nope. All right. Nobody else said they wanted to play. All right. Who else wants in? We're going to play a couple more, and then we are going to call the live stream soon. We've been on for 76 minutes already. Hard to believe. Good try, Mary. Todd Saw, you want in? Anybody want in before we wrap up this game? Hey, Bobby. How you doing? All right, Bobby. Bobby's in. All right, Bobby. Then we got Troy. Bobby, then Troy, okay? Those are our 2 next contestants. All right, Bobby, here you go. All right, Bobby, you got a 4. What would you like? Unless Bobby's just saying hello and he doesn't want to play, but I got the impression the hand up. All right, he knows what's going on. He wants to play. All right, Bobby's got a 4, all right? Bobby, I rolled another 4 again. What the heck? You can only do 3 or 1. Sorry, man. All right. Calvin's got to blow on these dice because he's... Calvin, can you lick the dice, please? Here. Treat. All right, we need to rub the dice on him. All right, Bobby, I swear, we're going to get a better roll this time, okay? I feel it. Okay, you ready? Yeah, there we go. Much better. I got a 9. So you can either do a 9 or a 7 and 2. Okay, Bobby wants the 9. Good call. All right, Bobby, here we go. Come on, high number. Okay, I rolled another 9. You only have 7 or 2, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so Bobby, you've got 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, or 12. That's what you need from me. 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, or 12. All right, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Ready? Hey, you're still in the game. I got a 5. There you go. All right, Bobby, next roll. Here we go. Oh, Bobby, you're still in the game. I got a 10. Look at you go. No, nobody shut the box, Ari. It's impossible. The odds are, I looked it up. The odds are 1 in every about 250 tries. It is not easy. Bobby is still in the game with the 10, though. Yeah, you need high numbers. All right, 6, 8, 11, 12. Blow on the dice for some luck. Sorry, Bobby. I tried. Close. All right. We gave it a good whirl. All right, Troy from Adventure America is up next. Honestly, not today, but maybe one day I should just do a continuous live stream until we shut the box. We don't stop going live until we shut the box. Who would be in favor of that? I'd have to do it on a weekend though. Maybe like on a Saturday, we'll try that. That would be a lot of fun. No, yeah, big money, no whammies. Stop. I love it. All right, Troy, you ready, buddy? Here we go. Here's your first roll. All right, I got you a 6, buddy. Not the best, not the worst. What will Troy choose? Troy wants a 6. There we go. All right, next roll. All right, Troy, I'm going in the right direction for you. I got a 7. That would be fun, Mary. I can't do it tonight because I have somewhere to go soon, but Troy, that's a 7, not an 8, but I'm assuming you want a 7, right? You know what they say, math is hard. Yep, I got you, Troy. All right, next roll. Here you go, Troy. All right, I got you a 6. So you can either do a 5-1, 4-2, or a 3-2-1. It's crazy how hard it is to roll an 11 and 12, though, right? I mean, literally, it's like, wouldn't you think the odds of getting those I mean, I understand there's not many combinations. Okay, Troy wants a 1 and a 5. Gotcha. All right, Troy, here we go. Okay, I got you an 8. I don't know, Ravi. I think it probably doesn't really matter. Like I could probably roll it on the floor and the odds, I think the odds are the odds, but who knows? All right, here we go. Troy, let's do this. Okay, I got you a 7. You have one choice. You can do 4 and 3. Why can't I get anything higher than an 8? Whoa. Sorry, guys. My gimbal just decided to act up. All right, Troy, you have a 4 and a 3. Those are your only options. All right, here we go. Hey, Lisa, welcome in. All right, Troy, let's see if we can do it. A 3. Ah, bummer. I ran out of choices for you, buddy. All right, we can do one more. Who wants in? And then we got to wrap it up, unfortunately. Let's get a new player. Somebody who hasn't played yet. Lisa, welcome in. I hope you're having a good night. All right, Lisa wants to play. All right. Lisa, you're in. Okay, do you understand this game? I know you came in late. So the goal is we're trying to shut the box, okay? And so the way we do it is I'm going to roll a dice, and whatever number is on the dice means you can shut that number tile. Now, you can also do any tiles that add up to that number. So right now, as you can see, there's an 8 showing on the dice. So you could either flip over the 8, or you could do 7 and 1, or you can do 6 and 2, 5 and 3, 4, 3, 1. As long as it adds up to the number on the dice, you can flip it over. Now, obviously, it's going to get more difficult as we shut tiles every time I roll the dice, because when I roll the dice, there may not be that combination of tiles available to shut. So that's why this game is very, very difficult, because just mathematically, it's really difficult to do. It's possible. I have done it one time. Like I said, I probably played like 400 times, no joke. And I did it one time. So this is definitely, not an easy thing to do, but it is doable. All right, you ready, Lisa? Here's your first roll. All right, your first roll is a 6. So I could either flip over the 6 or any combination of tiles that adds up to 6. You're right, Valerie. It is all luck. There is a little bit of strategy, though. You definitely want to get rid of the high numbers. Just statistically, it's harder to roll an 11 or a 12. your most common rolls are going to be 6, 7, and 8, right? There are more combinations of patterns on the dice in order to roll that, right? So like your odds are better to get one of those numbers, but yes, you are right. At the end of the day, there's a lot. It's more luck than skill. Let's put it that way. All right, Lisa wants the 6. All right, next roll, Lisa. Here you go. All right, I got a 7. So Anthony, I know you may want to talk to, and I think I saw that she just went live, but Daisy May, I think, just went live, and I know she loves her games and her crossword puzzles on her lives. This would be really fun. I think she would love this, and to get her subscribers involved, I think they would have a blast with this. Okay, Lisa wants the 5 and the 2. Okay, here we go. Next roll. Oh, that's a good one, Lisa. I got a 10. Let's see what Lisa chooses. All right, Lisa's going 7 and 3. Interesting. All right, here we go, Lisa. Next roll. Bummer. I don't have a 7 that I can flip over, but good try. All right, Lisa's done, but good effort, Lisa. All right, we can do one more, and then I do have to wrap it up. All right, who's in? Last call for Shut the Box. It's hard, Lisa. No shame in trying, honestly. It is definitely not easy to do this. All right, Audra, you're the last contestant. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Lisa. Thank you for playing. I'm glad you liked it. All right, Audra, here we go. Here's your first roll. All right, you got a 7. What would you like? What will Audra do? All right, Audra wants the 7. There we go. All right, next roll. All right, Audra, I rolled an 8. Oh, that's funny, Anthony. I just saw your comment. All right, Audra, what would you like? Do you want the 8 or do you want a combination of the 8? Audra going once. All right, Audra said 7, but I think you mean 8, right, Audra? Because I flipped over an 8. I think you want the 8. All right, next roll. All right, I got a 6, Audra. What do you want? That's funny, Anthony. Yep. All right, Audra, do you want the 6 or do you want the 5 and 1 or the 4 and 2? Your phone froze? All right, no worries. Perfect. You got it. 6. All right. Ah, nice roll there, Audra. I got a 10 for you. What will Audra pick? Does she want the 10 or a combo of that? I know what I would do, but... I love the fact that you're all connecting. That's awesome. All right, Audra, what's your choice? Audra wants the 10. All right. Okay, next roll. I got you a 9, Audra. That's not bad. You're on the right side of the board. Let's put it that way. Yep, I got you, Audra. I got you the 10. Now I flipped you a 9. Do you want the 9? I'm assuming you do, right? Audra's in good shape, but it's that 11 and 12. That's the tricky one. We got to flip those over. If Audra wants a chance, we got to flip those over sooner than later. All right, Audra, do you want the 9? Yeah, you got it, Anthony. 11 and 12, that's the key. If you can knock those out early, your odds definitely go up. It still doesn't mean you're going to win, but like you definitely have a better chance. All right, Audra wants the 9. All right, here we go. Audra, you're going to love me. You ready? Look what I rolled for you. I just rolled you an 11. Yep, I got you the 9 array, but now you're at number 11. Look at that. Look at you, Audra. You don't really have, I mean, you do have some choices, but I'm going to guess you want the 11, right? And if you don't, I'm going to flip over the 11 anyways. I'm not giving you a choice. All right, but I am waiting on Audra's choice, though. I don't know if Audra's phone is giving her some trouble, but we're going to wait for Audra to make her choice. Calvin is like, I'm just chilling. All right. Anybody know where Audra went? Audra. All right. Should we just, yeah, we're going to flip the 11. I think we're just going to flip the 11. Audra said she was having some phone issues, so we'll continue on for the sake of the, all right. Audra's there. Flip the 11. Yep. I got you, Audra. Do you think Audra might be behind on the chat? Do you think she needs to, do you think Audra needs to reconnect maybe? What do you guys think? Sometimes I do that. Like I'll end up like getting off real quick and then coming back and then I'm behind. Yeah, Audra should refresh. So Audra, maybe you should jump out of the stream and come back in like and get onto the live. Audra, please let at Ari's Virgo 88 sub from Audra in game. They are good friends. Okay. Oh, the storm is coming through. Oh, thank you so much, Ari Bear. I appreciate you. You're awesome. All right, Audra's back. All right, Audra, here's your next roll. You're in good shape, though. All right, I got you another 8. So you can do 5 and 3, 4, 3 and 1, or 5, 2 and 1. What would you like? Hey, Barry, welcome in. You know what? We're not going to end until Barry gets a shot at this. But let's let Audra pick her numbers here. What you taking, Audra? Audra wants the 5 and the 3. Good choice. All right, guys, we really need to roll that 12 for Audra. If we can roll that 12, she has an amazing chance to shut the box. Okay, here we go, Audra. All right, you're still in, though. I got you a 4. It's your only option. All right, let's see if I can get a 12. So Audra can only stay in with a 2, a 3, or a 12. Those are her only numbers. Come on, 12, 12, 12, 12. Here we go. Ah, sorry, Audra. Got you a 7. All right, Barry's new in the house. Barry, would you like to play Shut the Box? Are you familiar with this game? It's a lot of fun. I think you'd like it. Great run, Audra. Yeah, so Audra's score was a 15. That was really good. Somebody got a 9, though, right? Who scored a 9? I forgot who got the single digits. That's a really good score. That's tough to beat. Yeah, good job. Yeah, 9 was the lowest. Yep. Who's Matthew? Did I miss Matthew? Hey, Matthew, welcome in. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. Thank you for being here. Hey, Samantha, thank you for joining our channel. We appreciate you. Thank you for checking out Calvin. I know we're playing a game, but this is the guy who has the channel. I'm just the operator, and he's just chilling out, right, Calvin? Calvin's like, you work today. Calvin's taking PTO day. He's joining Ari Bear. Ari Bear, I granted him a PTO day today, and Calvin's getting one too. Excuse me. Thanks, Barry. Appreciate it. All right, we have time just for a couple more games of Shut the Box, and then this guy here, the operator, needs to go to his hockey game soon. So anybody new into the chat? Anybody interested in trying their luck at Shut the Box? Barry, would you like to play? Matt, would you like to play? Hey, Dennis, welcome. All right, Matthew, let's give you a whirl. All right, Matthew, here's your roll, okay? I'm assuming you know how to play. If not, let me know. Here you go. Oh, sorry, buddy. I started you off with the worst possible roll. I rolled you a 2. That's all you can do, though. Okay, good. All right, sorry, man. I gave you the worst possible start. So hopefully we got that out of the system, and it's only up from here, right? Okay, here we go. Ready? Obviously, I can't. I know. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't do it on purpose. All right, Calvin. I'm rubbing the dice on Calvin's head. We're going to get a little bit of luck here. All right, here we go. Ready? Okay, a little better. 6. You can come back from it, Matthew, right? All right, Barry, I'll explain the game once we're done, but you'll probably catch on very soon. All right, Matthew, what would you like on that 6? You want to flip over the 6 or 5 and 1? Really is your only option. So I'll explain the game while we're playing. So Barry, the way this game works, this is called Shut the Box, and it's a lot of fun. It's super addicting, and it's almost impossible to do. Basically, it's all math. And so essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to roll the dice, because there's 2, and whatever I roll, the person can flip over the tile numbers that equate to the number on the dice. And you can either flip over, like, so right now I flipped over a 6, so Matt chose to flip over the 6. He could have also told me to flip over the 5 and the 1. So basically, as long as there's a tile that I can flip over equal to the amount on the dice, you can continue playing the game. This has not even happened yet. Once, let's just say we flip over a bunch of tiles and there's only 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 left. You can actually go down to 1 die at that point and then flip first, and then you can either play that number or flip over a second dice if you need it to try to get the number you need. So that's essentially what it is. You're trying to flip over every single one of these tiles, and it's just really hard to do. Again, not impossible, but very, very difficult. They are really low. And so I looked it up. I'm pretty sure they said it's 1 in 250. That's your chances of win. Okay, here we go, Matthew. Next roll. Okay, I got you a 9. So there is a little bit of strategy in this game, obviously. So the harder numbers to roll are 11 and 12, right? There's less combinations of the dice on the game. You want 8 and 1? Okay, you got it. So they say that you should try to knock off the higher numbers. Now, if you're playing head-to-head or against other people, even if you don't shut the box, the goal is to try to have the lowest score remaining. So we're not playing that way. We're just literally trying to shut the box, but it's really cool. Okay. Whew, Matthew, I thought you were done, but you got a 3. You're still in. So I'll flip that for you. Samantha would like to play. Okay, Samantha. We'll get you in one of the next games. All right, Matthew, here you go. Oh, that's better. I got you a 9. I'm assuming you want the 9 and not the 4 and the 5. Can you do 3 and 3? No. Once you flip over a tile, Barry, that tile is out of play. So if I rolled a 6, if I flipped over a 3, I would have to flip over the 2 and the 1 if it were available. Oops, sorry. Oh, gimbal, stop flipping out. There we go. All right, so he took the 9. All right, so there's a 7. So really, he only has one option. I can only flip over the 7. So now it's going to start getting harder, right? There's less combinations of tiles on the board. And so I'm pretty much, like, really the only options he has are 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I don't flip over a 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, Matthew is out of the game. So let's give Matthew some good luck here. Let's have Calvin. Let's rub some dye on Calvin's back. I just gave him a shower today. He needed one. So he's nice and clean. Yeah, we need some big numbers here. Ready? Here we go. Sorry, buddy. I got you an 8. Hey, Malo, welcome in. Or Malo. I'm assuming it's Malo, or is it Malo? All right, good try, Matthew. All right, we're going to wrap it up at 9. We have enough for 2 more games. I think if she's still in the chat, Samantha wanted to play. Samantha, are you still in? We'll do Samantha, and then if Barry wants to take a shot at it, Barry will be the last one, and then I got to wrap it up because I need to get ready for hockey, and That's what the time is. All right, Samantha, you're in. Okay, here's your first roll, buddy. Samantha, here you go. All right, good start. I got you a 9. Amanda, it's a good question. Calvin is not afraid of it, but I know a lot of dogs are, and it's not just Boston Terriers. I think most dogs are afraid of that kind of noise. But mine is pretty good. Like, he doesn't get too worried about it, which is good. Okay, Samantha, I rolled you a 9. What would you like? Do you want the 9? She wants the 9. All right, there we go. Samantha, who's better than me? I just rolled you a 12. Look at that. I know you want the 12. If you don't take the 12, I'm going to flip over the 12 anyways. Thank you, Anthony, so much. I appreciate the jewels. Thank you so much. Everybody who's dropped us super chats and all that, I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Samantha, I got you the 12. That is golden. All right, can I get the 11 or the 10? Let's go. Nope, but I got you a 6. Motley, thank you. Motley's in the house. All right, Samantha wants the 6. Thank you so much for the 100. I appreciate it. Motley. All right, here we go. Next roll. Ooh, not great. I got you with 3. Do you want the 3 or the 2 and the 1? Okay, Samantha said 2 and 1. That's what we'll give her. All right, here we go. All right, I got you a 4. You only have one choice, Samantha. I got to do the 4. Amanda lives in Wisconsin. Awesome. Are you a Badgers fan? All right, here we go. Next roll. Oh, that is amazing. I just got you an 11. I'm assuming you want the 11? Eleven's great. Yeah, take the 11. Yep, you got it. All right. Okay, you're in decent shape here, Samantha. If we can knock out that 10, you have a pretty good chance here. All right, here we go. Okay, I got you a 7. Not bad. You only have one option. I can only flip over the 7. You're a Vikings fan? Okay, cool. Yeah, Matthew's an Eagles fan. We knew that. That's all good, Matthew. Whoops. Hold on. There we go. All right, next roll. Here we go. All right, we need a 3, a 5, an 8, a 10, or an 11. 3, 5, 8, 10, and 11 will keep her in the game. Okay, here we go. You're in the game. I got you an 8. Do you want the 8 or do you want the 3 and the 5? I know what I would do, but it's your call. Samantha takes the 8. Okay, we're getting down to the wire. Samantha can stay in the game with the 3, 5, 8, or 10. Oh, Lisa, you love the Patriots? So do I. I'm a Patriots fan. I live in New England, obviously. Sweet. That's awesome. All right, here we go, Samantha. Ah, close. But no cigar. All right. I have time for one more game, and then I do have to go. All right. Who wants in? Barry, are you still in the chat? Would you like to give this a whirl? If not, no worries. Todd, Saw, want to give this a whirl? Who wants in? Jackie Boy's in the house. Woo! Barry said, let somebody else play. Okay. I know. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. All right. So I don't see any more takers, which is fine. We'll save this for another day. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up this live stream. I do need to get going. I gotta get my hockey stuff together and head out the door in about 15 minutes, actually. But super fun. Oh, I'll explain the game really quick, Amanda. But then we are gonna drop off. But so Amanda, you're just trying to shut the box. When you roll the dice, whatever you get on the dice, you're trying to close those tiles. And so you can close any tiles that equal the dice number, either directly, like so if there's an 8 right there, I could either shut the 8 or I could shut any combination of tiles that add up to 8. But ideally, every time I roll the dice, I'm trying to shut a tile to close the box. And as you keep shutting tiles, it gets very, very difficult to close the box because you just run out of combinations. You need a lot of luck. Some strategy, but there's a lot of luck involved. And so we actually didn't get to shut the box today, but maybe on the next live stream we'll be able to do that. So, but anyways, we're gonna sign off. Here's the guy right here who makes this all possible. His PTO day is coming to an end, but want to thank you guys all for joining us. Appreciate every one of you who have been here. Thank you for the super chats, the jewels, the emojis, but more importantly, your friendship. So with that, we're going to sign off, guys. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you soon. Take care.